Go.
Good morning, Patrick Joyce. And I seen your bit of an old interview on the tape there about me old fella. You're talking about me old fella, about Ainey Stokes cutting off his arm. That did happen. That was an accident, Patrick, that Ainey done that on that day. Right? It went down because he was arguing with my nephew Barney, Big Barney. And Barney and him was arguing, old Pat, and Daddy run in at the wrong time, saving his grandson, and got a blow on the arm. But they regret all they ever done for that. It broke their old heart because he got hit in an accident and a mistake. Nearly killed Ainey over that. Because he never stopped crying since the day it happened. And it was an accident, and he didn't mean that. And that's how we forgive the Stokeses, because we had no argument with any of the Stokeses, or the McGinleys. But up or down, anyhow. That's never here there. Patrick, when Ollie Thornton died, and left over here and went back, when his remains was brought back, when Patrick, when you had a bit of an old argument outside the dead house in Longford, when Patrick's son, you run away and left your two poor little children, only 2 bits of old children, Gostins, lying in the poor old ground, and their tongue hanging out the side of their poor old jaw down into his right ear, into his ear. Left ear, into his left ear, Patrick's son. His poor old children. You run away and left them behind you. You left your 2 runners in the road, the boys got them. And they were too small for the rest of it, the boys wouldn't wear them anyhow. But you left the 2 young fella behind you. And Patrick, it was a scrying the shame, son, for what you'd done. Honestly, you run on to the Gardaí, down at the old Gardaí station, making a statement, who done it, who didn't do it. God help us, you were terrified. And the little duck egg head of you. And Patrick, honest to God, don't you talk to Joe of a name, son, or Joe cutting up anybody or doing this one. You are doing that, and you're living in the old shit. You're living in the old shed at the back of the house, and you're terrified of your life. You cut up a man years ago outside Innis, right? A lovely pal of mine, a good friend of mine. And the man came to me, Uncle Michael's funeral. But listen, you shouldn't even cut that man in the day, because you hadn't got a clue who you were. You were looking for a bit of a name, but you never got a name, or never, and you're not a toucher, or you're not, and you're not a hawker, you're not a grafter, and your sons is the same. You have 2 little Nancy boys there running around, right? One woman, fair play, little girl, a little model, right? Went away with a cousin of my own. A man of 46, 47 years old. Could be 50, I'm not sure he's ready. 45, 47, 50 on that, right? A gentleman. Went away and took the little girl away. He gave her a big mansion of a house and a Mercedes car, brand new, for her birthday. Now she's having a wee child for him. And please God, with the help of God, I think they're inviting me to the christening. I will go up that day and have a good day with them. Get drunk, bring in Brian and a first cousin of mine, Ainey Doherty's brother. But we'll have a good day at the christening. We'll have a good night. And you look at the party and give it back to your little sick boys there. God help us. Now, the women walk away with the little children. There's no brain. No. Education, Patrick, is no good to your little young fellas, yourself. But if you had my brain, Patrick, and education, it won't go off a long road. But the dodge is, I have no education, but I have a fucking hell of a great brain. I can put all my words and pronounce them in the right place. Patrick, you can't. You haven't got a clue what you are. Now, Patrick, you can't have hearing brains, and you have no hair, or you have no brains either. So you're fucked altogether. Now listen a minute, forget about me and you. I don't want to see you on YouTube no more, or me. Now listen for a minute, Patrick Joyce. I'm going back now to the moat joyces. Just the moat joyces. All them old hairy shites, just the moat. Now listen for a minute, joyces. You never won a fight in your life. The Quins bet ye, we bet ye, everyone bet ye. You got to shake hands and a draw. And if you look at that old afterbirth in the old cage, he's looking for a draw already with a belly out here on him. Right, like old Joe himself.
Pitbull in the cage.
And he looking for a shake hands inside the cage on a draw. And he wasn't fighting at all. Well, Connor shake hands for a draw. Joe Joyce in your family, that's all you. Young Joe, one arm, Alice, as my Sammy calls him, the young king. You fixed a fight for yourself. We gave you a fight on the 1st of January, right? And you never turned up, or the 5th of January, you never turned up in Ham and Hansford with the Bumbies and the Navens, your own people, right? You never turned up, young Joe. You picked your own time and your own date that we know nothing about. I had it fixed for the 6th of June. Before that, go back to them tapes and look at it, and you wouldn't respond to it in Appleby, and we'll still go back to Appleby coming on the 6th of June coming. And be there, Joe, and I will, Joe, listen. get your arse into Appleby, you and your couple of sons, and we'll give you a few smacks again. And we'll have all your names, we'll took all your names, you never have a fighting name, and get your arse into Appleby, and we'll see where the fighting men ends up at the end. It's the biggest fighting fair in the whole world. It's going on 400 to 500 years of bare knuckle fighting. I'm in it every year, year after year, for bare knuckle fighting. Get your arse into Appleby like me, like a proper man that does all fair bare knuckle fighting, me and my young fellas. And get your arse in there, you and your fucking hairy shites. And listen, if you're not in there in Appleby, we're going away all out to the lovely foreign country, out the big swim. And listen for a minute, you don't know how to cut no people, you don't know how to do nothing. Listen, you run out of a scammon, and left your children behind you, Joe, and run out of it and left potholes in Ireland for the councils to repair them. And left your little boys and your own boys left you within it, right, lying up my brother-in-law's coffin.
His grandson.
John's young fellas in the morning run away and left you, Joe, and you hid under the coffin, and you all run out of the chapel and down the roads like me nephew Patrick did in Longford.
You're cutting bits.
And you all got cut in bits, and you can't win a fight, and you can't win a war battle. You know nothing about it. So listen, get off the phone, you YouTube joyces and YouTube Patrick Joyce. Get off it as well. And don't be going on these tapes and making these tapes. And listen, the guard has enough of their hands back there looking at a crowd of